right now on Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. We begin with a live look from South Broad Street where you can see the rain falling at this hour. Storm Scan 3 is showing scattered showers popping in all parts of the region. And a close call for police officers as gunshots rang in Germantown. What those officers were doing as they were caught in the middle of a deadly drive-by shooting. And ready for the heat, the Sixers are kicking off their series with that team in Miami, Florida without MVP candidate, my favorite player, number 21 forever. And a good, pleasant Monday morning to all of you. Today is the 2nd of May, 2022. I'm William Perry White Jr., broadcasting live at Studio Letter G. I'm filling in for Aunt Janelle and Uncle James. They left me in charge. So let's get to Larissa with the extended Eyewitness News forecast, and then Aunt Chandler doing traffic after that.
Whatsoever. We have a batch of rain over Mercer County, New Jersey, and we have another batch of rain that's beginning to exit Philadelphia, but it is moving right along the I-95 corridor. We zoom out to give you some perspective, and it's actually not too bad. This is all in association with a warm front lifting through the region, but as you take a look what's happening just to our west, an area of high pressure is going to dry us out. But for now, the clouds sticking around here, and that'll be the case through the rest of the morning before clouds gradually clear, and we should see partly cloudy skies as the afternoon rolls around. Chandler, during the height of the afternoon, 75 degrees.
Oh, the rain right now will be worth it then for that beautiful day later on. Thank you, Larissa. Well, the roadway's a bit wet as you travel out the door, and unfortunately, we're following a number of incidents. Here's a new one along the Schuylkill Expressway. This is in the eastbound direction just before the Blue Route. You can see the activity here. Just that left lane is able to get by to do an accident involving a tractor trailer here. Again, on the Schuylkill East, you're seeing delays pouring back to Gypsy Road, again, as you travel the eastbound lanes of the Schuylkill. Elsewhere, we'll take you into Bucks County, Route 1 northbound. Just before I-295, just the left lane is getting by due to an accident here, a multi-vehicle crash with police presence still on scene and blocking the center as well as the right lane. So you're seeing some big delays on Route 1. And into New Jersey, Mount Laurel Township, 295 remains stacked just before Route 73 for an accident with 2 lanes closed.
Thank you, Auntie Chandler, and thank you too, Larissa, my sister. Now to our top story this half hour. What was a harrowing situation for 2 Philadelphia police officers as they were caught in a hail of gunfire during a deadly drive-by shooting? That's where we'll go to my favorite aunt, Waukesha Bailey, live at police headquarters with the latest details. Good morning, Aunt Waukesha, and what can you tell us about this situation?
A homicide that was unrelated, then heard more than a dozen shots fired and realized that they were caught in the middle of a drive-by shooting. Now, we do know that the one victim has died, and police this morning, they are looking for those shooters. Now, here is some video from that scene just yesterday at East Pastorius and Maiden Streets in East Germantown. Now, the gunfire broke out just before 7 o'clock on Sunday night, and police say those plainclothes officers were in the area investigating another homicide when a silver Nissan SUV pulled up with 2 to 3 gunmen inside. They began firing at a man who was walking on the sidewalk. But the officers also came under fire. Now, prior to the drive-by, police were in the area working another case.
This is an area that's been plagued by gun violence in recent times, and officers were deployed specifically to this location in connection with surveillance in connection with previous incidents. Those officers were in was actually struck by gunfire. The officers got out of their vehicle and returned fire at the active shooters.
And police tell us the 31-year-old victim was struck 15 times, and all police collected 27 shell casings at the scene. Police then rushed the victim to the hospital, where he later died. As far as those suspects, it's unknown if any of them were shot. Reporting from police headquarters, Waukesha Bailey, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Auntie Waukesha Bailey. Appreciate the update there. In other news, Philadelphia police are trying to figure out what happened as a man and a dog were being saved by them as a house started to partially collapse on Bonnet Street in Nicetown. He said he was woken up from his nap from a good night's rest, but evidently he did make it out okay. The name of the homeowner is Mr. Dennis Myers. Officials are still investigating what caused it to happen. Now let's get you hooked up on the Philadelphia 76ers as it is 5 minutes to 6 on this Monday. They're getting ready to take on the Miami Heat as part of the second round playoff series. But my favorite player, Joel the Process Embiid, won't play. We get the latest from my Uncle Ross live at Camden, New Jersey at the Sixers practice facility. The good news is he might start either Game 3 or Game 4. Good morning, Uncle Ross.
It appears that the Sixers brass is optimistic that their star big man could be back as soon as Game 3 or Game 4. That would be the best case scenario. I want to show you how that injury happened in Game 6. Take a look. Embiid was still in the game despite being up almost 30 points late in Game 6. He took that hard elbow to the face from Raptors forward Pascal Siakam. He was later diagnosed with a fractured right orbital bone and a mild concussion and ruled out indefinitely. Doesn't sound good, but the ESPN report over the weekend is giving Sixers fans hope that he will come back at some point in this series. And our own Pat Gallen is reporting that Embiid will be reevaluated by a doctor midweek. He could be cleared to return for Game 3 on Friday night. Despite Embiid not making the trip to Miami for Games 1 and 2, his teammates are still confident they can step up without him.
I think, everybody's counting us out, as Dallas goes out, whatever the case may be. We focus on what's in-house and how can we get better. And we have a lot of guys in this room that have experience and, that are willing to go out there and play hard every night and, eagerly waiting Joel to come back. But, the show must go on. And we're really going to miss Joel, but that can't stop us from going out there and going out and getting what we're here to.
The show must go on. Sixers head coach Doc Rivers said that the team can use all 4 of their backup centers to fill in for Embiid while he's out. And James Harden, the man who was added mid-season, says he's ready to be more aggressive as a scorer in order to make up for the deficit left behind by Embiid. Now, Embiid's injury has seriously shifted the odds of winning this series. At first, the Sixers were just a slight underdog, or maybe even a coin toss according to some sportsbooks. But now they are a significant underdog. It's not always the worst place to be in the playoffs.
It certainly isn't. Thank you for that live update there, Uncle Ross. Stay with CBS 3 Eyewitness News for continuing coverage on the Sixers. Just get live updates on CBSPhilly.com and CBS News Philly as well. It is now 8 minutes to 6 o'clock on this dreary Monday. Back outside as we take a live view at Center City. Scattered showers are moving across our area. Larissa has it all in her forecast. Hello again, my sister Larissa.
Clouds will be sticking around this morning, but if you're wondering, do I need the umbrella? The answer, in short, is no. You can leave it at home, but don't tuck it away just yet, because rain chances remain in the forecast over the next 7-day period. We're going to get to when in a moment. Before today, this is what we're being dealt with. Clouds sticking around through late morning. By then, closer to lunchtime, we should see those clouds begin to break. It's still going to be mostly overcast here by noon, but we will be dry. But notice the warm-up, 67 degrees by 12 o'clock. By 3, we're already in the 70s, and we should see a mix of sun and clouds as we kick off our Monday. This is what happens as far as precip chances are concerned. Right now, most of Tuesday is dry. By Tuesday night, here comes another system. This is going to bring rain and even thunderstorms all day on Wednesday. We'll be in and out of that rain. Thursday, we briefly dry out. Rain chances quickly return for Friday and also for the start of the weekend. Right now, Sunday is looking drier. Sunday, I must remind you all, It's Mother's Day, so Sunday looking a lot drier. So if you have any Mother's Day plans, right now Sunday is still looking good. Here's a quick peek at the 7-day forecast. Today, it's a warm afternoon. It's even going to feel a touch humid out there as we approach the afternoon hours, but we should see clouds breaking for sun, mostly cloudy on Tuesday with rain chances increasing, and then we are dodging the rain and thunderstorms as we kick off the middle of the week, Jim.
All right, thank you, Larissa, my sister. Coming up, tornado touchdown as a funnel cloud left behind a path of destruction in Kentucky. And the latest on the war in Ukraine. Some new video shows that Forsen starts to fight back. And pain at the pump with creeping higher prices. Those stories and much more